has personality.
See, Benny has personality.
And gifts that he shares with you and me.
And gifts that he shares with you and me.
It was a warm, sunny day. Spring was in full bloom. Benny was busy, happily zipping from flower to flower, always staying close to the house where Logan and his family lived. As the sun began to set, Benny made his way back to the attic. He felt a tug at his heart and a sense that he was needed. His stinger flickered as he approached, sensing that one of his holiday friends needed him. The attic was always a magical place, alive with a quiet buzz of characters who came to life when no one was watching. At that moment, the attic was bustling. A reindeer was preparing his list of reindeer games and rereading letters to Santa. A furry little bunny, one of the Easter helpers, was mixing vibrant paints for egg decorating. A sleek skeleton carefully sorted pumpkin seeds and practiced crafting ghostly lanterns for Halloween. Each character was immersed in preparation for their respective holidays, all except for one. In the shadowy corner, under a layer of old tinsel and faded ribbons, stood Pablo the Piñata. His tissue-papered body shimmered with colors, but his usual bright demeanor was dulled with uncertainty. Benny wiggled his way to the corner and looked up at his friend. "Hola, Benny," Pablo greeted, his voice tinged with sadness. "What seems to be your trouble today, Pablo?" Benny asked gently. "I've been watching everyone as they prepare for the holiday celebrations," Pablo replied, "and it's left me wondering." "Wondering about what?" "I just want to know the truth," Pablo said, his voice quivering. "What am I really meant for? Am I just a decoration?" Just then, Benny's antenna began to quiver. His stinger glowed and his body began to perform his one and only wiggle dance. "Ah, I see. Follow me, Pablo. There's something you need to see." The two made their way out of the attic and traveled from the wooden white house to a neighbor's house nearby. The laughter echoed from the backyard. Benny and Pablo peeked through a crack of the fence to see a Cinco de Mayo celebration in full swing. Children were running around, their faces lit with joy. Streamers fluttered in the breeze and festive music filled the air. Pablo's heart quickened as a young boy spotted him. "Papa, look! What's this?" the boy cried, running to pick him up. The boy's father smiled. Through a hint of curiosity flickered in his eyes as he examined Pablo. "Where did this piñata come from?" he murmured, before his face softened into a knowing smile. The boy tugged at his father's sleeve. "Papa, what is the piñata for?" The father knelt down to his son's eye level and placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "A piñata is more than just something colorful to look at. It's a symbol of celebration and joy, not just for Cinco de Mayo, but for moments throughout the year. When we come together to break a piñata, it reminds us of the sweetness of life, hidden treasures that we work hard to uncover. Every swing of the stick is like our efforts in life, and when it bursts open, we're rewarded with laughter, treats, and shared happiness. It's a way to honor our traditions and the love we share for family and friends." As the father spoke, Pablo felt warmth spread through him. He realized he wasn't just a decoration. He was a bringer of joy, a symbol of connection and celebration. The boy's father stood and handed his son a stick. With care, the father hung Pablo on a sturdy tree branch. The children gathered around, their eyes gleamed with excitement. "Now let's see what treasures your new friend holds for us." As the children lined up, their laughter ringing out into the afternoon, Pablo felt a sense of purpose he'd never known. Benny, watching from the sidelines, gave a satisfied flick of his stinger. After the festivities ended and the guests departed, Benny nudged Pablo. Come on, my friend, let's go home. Pablo hesitated, but the boy and his family. Won't they need me again? They will, Benny replied with a knowing smile. And when they do, you'll be ready. But for now, there is more magic waiting in the attic. With Benny's help, Pablo returned to the attic, feeling lighter than he had in ages. As they entered, Twitchy, Daisy, and Skelly paused their work to greet him. Well, Pablo, Daisy said with a wink, you're glowing brighter than ever. Pablo smiled. I've learned something today. I may not have just one holiday, but I have a purpose all year round to bring joy and remind everyone of life's sweetness. And in that moment, Pablo knew his place in the world was just as important as anyone else's.
Now Benny's gifts are superpowers.
Now Benny's gifts are superpowers.
Here they are, let's make them ours.
Here they are, let's make them ours.
Be active, kind, and positive.
Be active, kind, and positive.
What a glorious way to live.
What a glorious way to live.
Be a reader and find the facts.
Be a reader and find the facts.
Because being smart is where it's at.
Because being smart is where it's at.
Be tidy, rested, and money wise.
Be tidy, rested, and money wise.
This keeps your mind organized.
This keeps your mind organized.
And always remember to be you.
And always remember to be you.
Because you have a great, unique value.
Because you have a great, unique value.
Now one last thing before I go.
Now one last thing before I go.
Wash your hands like a pro.
Wash your hands like a pro.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Break it on down now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,